taking a look at this proxy war that's being waged here between many different countries. But at the heart of it, it is the United States and China. Of course, you can throw Russia in there as well. But China being locked up here in this trade war, and China being at the forefront in terms of a lot of different things, a lot of different avenues. If there was going to be a country rise to the occasion if the US dollar fell, well, the IMF has positioned the Chinese currency to rise if that was to happen. Now, in terms of other contracts and allies globally, we have China and Russia that have been taking care of Venezuela for some time. They have all kinds of contracts in place. What China's been doing strategically is they have been going from spot to spot like Pakistan, Kenya, these different ports, these different areas that are strategic to them. And they are saying, hey, we'll give you a boatload of money, we'll give you this big loan, but if you default on it, we can control the port for the next 99 years. This is what they've done left and right. They've snatched up the port in Pakistan. They've snatched up the largest port in Kenya. And they're moving all through Africa. Now, when we look at South America, they've been making moves here as well. And they have vital interest when it comes to Venezuela and Venezuela's oil. China has a program with Venezuela, and they've had this for some time, where they have loaned them money, and in return, they get oil as a repayment. It is part of an oil for loan agreement program where some $50 billion was lent to Caracas. And they're saying that since Maduro took office, things have trickled down. But there's been a ramping up in terms of the militaries working together. They also state that even though the mainstream's not talking much about it, China has had a hand in everything that's been going on in Syria. And they have troops all over the place. They're utilizing them all over the place. And in this instance, I do not see them just letting this go. Now, there's another issue. If Juan Guaido takes power, like full blown, and Maduro and his whole regime gets toppled, ran out of the country, whatever happens, they're saying that Guaido, the new leadership, could basically say, citing national security concerns, that they cannot pay back China. And if it all goes down the right way, they could flat out say, we're not paying you back a dime, and dare them to do something about it. But at this point, it's pretty obvious that Venezuela is very important to China here. And in terms of a proxy, this is what's playing out. Look here at the imports for Venezuela for China. Over 125 billion, approaching 150 billion, almost all of it is in oil. So both China and Russia remain their biggest arms supplier, and we already know that Russia has mercenaries on the ground protecting Maduro and his forces. But I wanted to put this information out there with the connection to China. There's more information here at this link I'll leave below that you guys can read up on. Make sure to follow me on Twitter for the latest updates as well. It's been Dabu7. Peace.